So an ulterior to doing dungeons and doing strongholds over and over and over and just repeating the same thing over and over and over and over is doing these grim favors. So I have a spreadsheet here that kind of goes over the XP of the grim favors. This right here is the turn in for the Tree of Whispers. Right here is the amount of XP you get for turning in Tree of Whispers. I have that for most of these levels. This is for doing an event completion 1, and that would be one of these events, would give you 1 grim favor each. So this one, this one, this one here, this one here. These all give 1 grim favor each. So when you complete it, you get this bonus XP in addition to all the XP that you get from killing the monsters. An event completion 3 would be something like this right here. These harvests, you almost always have a harvest in one of these. And then sometimes you'll have this instead. Sometimes you'll have both of them. So this is the ritual one. You only have to collect 4 rituals. And then you get the 3 grim favors plus the bonus XP that you get for turning that in. If you get one of these, which are more common, this one's even better because when you go and kill the 3 monsters that spawn here, they're always 3 elites that spawn when you do a harvest. You have to get 100 of the motes, turn that in, and you get 3 of those. So you'll get 3 elites that are actually worth 2 to 3 times the amount of a normal elite. So I believe it's 3 times the amount. So we're going to call that for level 25 around 6,000 XP just for killing those elites. Plus you're going to get the 7,000 XP for doing the event completion here. So you're going to get, you know, a good 12 to 15,000 somewhere in there XP at level 25 just from turning that in. Now you do have to collect the 100 motes. And to do that, you don't need to just run around and just kill monsters. You're going to run to each of these different events and do them. These specifically are probably the best ones to do because you go to these events, they have lots of monster spawns. You'll get a ton of motes doing them. Plus, you're going to get double the XP reward. So you're going to get 2 times this event completion. 1 for doing the event for the Grim Favor, and then another one for actually just completing the event that's there. Both of them are going to be worth this value right here all the way down to here. I'm going to try to fill these in as I can, but it takes a long time to do that since I have to do them all individually. But you get double this amount of XP when you do those events. So you're going to get 6,600 at level 25 from doing just this one event on the completion. Plus you're going to get all the XP that you're going to from all the killing. You're going to get multiple elite spawns usually during these 2, 3, sometimes 4. So you're going to get multiple elite spawns. They take about a minute to do each. And if you fail them, they still take like a minute and a half if you do them very slowly and they fail. So it still is pretty good, and you're going to get a lot of the motes that you're going to be able to come over here and complete this. So a lot of it's going to be travel time. This one is the same way. You're going to get the 3,300 from the completion, plus whatever monsters are inside of there, the XP that you get, which is usually 1 to 3, sometimes 4 elites inside of these. They take about a minute each to do, depending on your kill speed. So what I do is I recommend, just jumping around to the different waypoints, going to the closest waypoint that you have to get to these. What's another benefit from this is that you can unlock waypoints from when you start the game. You're going to start like down here, or you're going to start in Kyovashad when you first start the game, depending on if you're starting the story. You're going to be down here. If you're going to skip the campaign, you're going to be up here in Kyovashad. So for season 1, you're going to probably start in Kyovashad and just jump out and start doing these immediately. Starting at level 1, you can start doing these by coming into these areas over here, if there are any. If there's not, what I recommend is just doing a couple quests here. There's some events that pop up over here, and that'll get you to level 5 or 10 fairly quickly if you don't have these events popped up here. You should be able to instantly transport down here if you have finished the campaign. You'll be able to come right down here to the Tree of Whispers to turn in. So when you do that, the good thing about that is you have a blacksmith here, so you can come to your inventory, you can scrap all your stuff, and then you also have a not a jeweler, but a ring and stuff. So if you want to just sell, you can just sell stuff right here, so you can make your gold. Or what I recommend for the low levels, level 1 to about 50, you're just going to scrap everything here and get all of your materials so that you can craft a bunch of stuff. You get a ton of materials here just from scrapping. So you just basically, every time that you finish a round and you come down here and you get 10 Grim Favors to turn in, you're just going to go straight down here to the tree, which is another good thing that you're going to get, because you'll be able to go to the tree, click on the tree, and it'll give you 3 different options of what you want to collect. You can, get one-handed weapons, you can get two-handed weapons, you can get legs, you can get, specific slots. So you can kind of focus target specific items. Let's say, you've been getting a lot of chest pieces. You don't need that. So you don't have to get the chest pieces. You can grab gloves, like you may be low on that. So you just grab the gloves from the turn in, and it's almost guaranteed every time that you're going to get 2 or 3 items of yellow or legendary. If you do have a chance to get a legendary chest, I usually try to recommend grabbing that. It doesn't give you more XP, but you'll see that it has the legendary orange color rather than the normal white color when you turn it in. If you grab those, it, I think, has a guaranteed legendary in it every single time, plus usually 2 yellows on top of that. So you're going to get 3 yellows. Most of the time it's 2 for whatever you choose. So if you choose gloves, you're going to get 2 for the gloves, and then 1 random one for a different slot. So you can kind of target farm specific items that way, which is another reason I like to do this rather than going and just farming the same dungeon over and over, because you don't know what you're going to get. It's completely RNG. Anything you want to save, you can just come over here to your stash, throw down in here any of the things that are like perfect legendaries. Like this is a perfect legendary right here. It's got the 80% stun damage, so I could throw that in there. This one's not perfect, but I might use it for a shred build later, so I could throw that in there. My stash is actually very full right now. I need to go through it, but that's a whole other story. So that's basically how you do these. I do not necessarily recommend doing the legions if they pop up, but you can do them. They are good XP, and they do give you Grim Favors. I believe it's 3 Grim Favors. No, sorry, that is incorrect. The Legion events do not give Grim Favors, but the boss events that spawn do give 5 Grim Favors. So the Legion events can give you bonus XP if you want to do them, but I don't necessarily run out of my way to do them. Sometimes I will, like this one's going to be up in 6 seconds. If I were to try to go over here and do it, I wouldn't make it. But if it pops up, you'll see it on your map. Usually if you're close, it'll be in the corner of your map. So that's basically what you should do here. I'm going to go over each one of these individually if you want to stick around for that, and how to do each one of these events. So we'll go through one at a time, and each one that's a new one, I'll kind of explain what to do for those. But before we do that, these events let me see if I can find one. These events right here, see how it's a large area that you can find these in, and you need to find ghosts. Find and slay 50 ghosts. As we know, or you may not know, slaying ghosts is kind of a pain because they kind of run around, they spread all over the place. What I recommend to do for these, instead of just focusing on running around here and finding ghosts, is while you're running through, if you see a large group of monsters, go ahead and fight those. But if you go to things like this right here, this is going to be to find the corpse. Once you find the corpse, a lot of times you'll have ghosts around there, so you'll accumulate these while you do the other events. So I recommend running and doing these events first, and then doing this event here, and hopefully you get enough ghosts while you're doing that. You're also going to be running around looking for these rituals. Once you get in the zone, these will pop up. I'll kind of go over that here in a minute when we show those, but those will pop up into 7 different locations. You only have to grab 4 of them, and while you're running around doing that, try to slay large packs of ghosts, and you should get the 50. I would not focus on doing these though, because usually that's not worth your time. But if you can get those, great. If not, then don't worry about it. There is one that pops up here, I think in this area right here, that is for the wood wraiths. Not worth it, because the wood wraiths are very few and far between. You have to run around here for several minutes trying to do that. I don't recommend it. But the one that pops up, I think down here in this area, maybe this area up here, is for spiders or drowned. I think the drowned is up here and spiders down here, or vice versa. Those are very easy to get, so you might just run through there really quickly and grab those, because you have tons of drowned along the coast and spiders along the coast here, and it's easy to accumulate those kills very fast. So again, don't focus on those. I think I may have gone over this, but I may not have. So these are worth double XP. you get the event bonus and the Grim Favor bonus. So let's jump into a couple of these and take a look at how the easiest way to do them. So we're going to go, we'll start, since we're down here, we'll start and do these down here. So what I'm going to do here for these is this right here. I need to kill 50 ghosts in this whole area, right? So I'm not going to focus on the ghost. Instead, I'm going to look at this and say I need a corpse. I'm going to click on it, and you can see this ring right here that appears around. So the corpse will be somewhere within this area. Sometimes it does appear right on the outside of the ring. So the easiest way to find those is to run around at the edge of the ring. What's going on, Big Doggo? How are you? So we're going to run. Here's a area right here with several ghosts. So we're going to go ahead and just grab these because you can see there's several of them right here. That's going to start our culling of the ghost. We're also going to be getting those motes that we need for this area. But if you only see a few ghosts, I would skip it. Whenever you run past an elite monster, might as well do it. They're worth a good amount of XP. You can see that amount of XP on the spreadsheet. So if you look at the spreadsheet right here, you'll see the amount of XP you get. Any of the minions that you get will also be worth a good amount of XP. And you can tell if they're minions or not. They'll say minion on their health bar. So if you look up at the top, you'll see their health bar. It'll say minion next to it. So we're going to come down here. Notice I didn't go out of my way to grab those motes because we're going to get plenty of them. This is what you're looking for when you get to a corpse. So it's this symbol right here. That's a little diamond with a white down arrow. We're just going to come up to that, click on it. Oop, click on it. There we go. We got it to spawn. And now we're going to kill all these at the same time, including the ghost. So you'll see that we're going to be getting the ghost kills. We're going to be getting our motes at the same time. And we're doing the corpse event all at the same time. So we're not wasting time running around doing each one individually. What you're looking for here are these little red dots. That red dot indicates that it is a monster that you need to kill for something. In this case, it was for the corpse thing here. This is the boss for it. It looks like a little skull on your mini-map. So we know we have to kill this monster. So if you have a bunch of other enemies around, don't focus on those. Only focus on the ones that are red dots in your mini-map. So like all these over here are not worth it, but if they come into contact with you, great, you kill them, free XP, right? You can go ahead and just slay them real quick because they're just there. Grab the motes from that and then move on to the next pack. So we've already got 54 of our 100 motes, which is great. I usually skip goblins if they're there, the treasure goblins. I don't do those, but if they happen to be right next to where you are, awesome. We're going to go down here, grab this. And then we're probably going to do this, and then come over here and do this. So you kind of want to, you kind of want to just pick a rotation and and move through to try to save some time. If you get through a big, large, pack of monsters or something, kill them really quickly if you want to, or just move on. I usually skip most of them unless there's an elite in the pack, because then they're worth it. If you see one of these blue items like this pop up, go ahead and grab it. They're worth quests. So that's going to give you some more renown. It's 20 renown per quest. There's our, we got lucky right here. That's this right here. So you can see it pop up. We're going to be highlighting it, and you can see that the diamond popped up. So we're going to grab it real quick since we're running past it, so we don't waste any additional time. Go ahead and kill these guys. Grab the motes as we do that. Get a couple of yellow items. Cool, cool. We gotta kill this guy right here. I was like, where is he at? And I looked up here and I saw the little red dot. So now we gotta do this guy. And that's that. So as you can see, if you look at that, when that pops up, it'll be right down here. See how much XP you get. This should coincide again with my spreadsheet that I have here, which again I'll link in the description. We're gonna go in here to this swamp. You only do the ones of these little mini dungeons if it's part of the Grim Favor. If it's not part of the Grim Favor, don't do it. Just skip it. It's not worth it. But if it's part of the Grim Favor, you do want to do it. Come in here really quickly. Usually they have at least one elite. Sometimes they'll have more. I've seen up to 4, I think, 4 or 5 in a single dungeon. Let's see how quick that was. And we're going to get 7,000 XP for that, plus the XP for killing the monsters. We can instantly leave. And that took, you know, all of 20 seconds to go in there and do that. It's very, very fast. And now we want to do this over here and this over here. I don't know if we have enough of these. We don't have enough of the moats yet, so we're still going to go over this way first. We can skip, like I said, everything to get there. Unless you see an elite with, especially an elite with a pack of minions. This orange ring means that the event is up. This is one of the better events right here. So click on this. How this event works is it's going to be 3 rings. You just have to stand within these rings when you fight the monsters. As you can see, there's a bunch of red dots that indicate the monsters that you need to kill. And so just run around here. As long as you are inside of one of these rings, it'll count towards the ring that you're inside of. You can actually stand between 2 of the rings, and everything you kill will count for two of these at the same time. So it's another little tip that you could do. But I just usually run around, kill everything. Here's an elite that we got, which is good. The more elites, the better. I mean, when you do like the same dungeon over and over, or doing a stronghold over and over, what you're trying to get are the elites out of those dungeons. So there we go. Just got that one finished. That one's finished, and then we come up here to this final ring. And you know which one is finished or not finished by this little diamond right here with a little arrow in it. Once we get this one, we have 10 seconds to do it. There we go. You usually do it a little bit faster. It'll spawn another elite. So again, more bonus XP. And then we should have gotten all the emotes. I don't see any more motes dropping. So that means we've probably got all the motes that we need. We're also going to get obels. I'm maxed on obels right now, but we're also getting obels so we can target farm other items that we might need by turning in those obels. We did get all the motes, so we're going to go over here and do this. Through here. You will get better as you play. Better using the horse. Oh, we're going to get these. So this symbol right here, that means it's a minion. A little heart symbol underneath. And then you can also look at it, and it'll tell you if it's a minion or not. But that little symbol usually means that it's a minion. So you have the minion up at the top. And it says increased health. Usually those are minions, just so it's an easy way to tell if those are minions or not of an elite. Sometimes it might just be like a buff from a different monster. We went the wrong way here. This GPS system doesn't work very well sometimes in this area, so you kind of have to learn how to get through here. But we're going to go straight through here. These ghosts, we didn't finish all the ghosts yet, so we can go ahead and grab some of these. I don't know how many we have. Okay, so we got most of them, but we didn't get all of them yet. But as you can see, they're still popping up all over the place. And while we do this, we will get these right here. And I'm going to show you how much XP we get. So 57,000 XP. So we're just going to kill these 3 elites right here and the few ghosts that are around here. So between those elites and those ghosts and then turning in this was worth, 10,000 or whatever. We went up to 77,000. So you can see how much XP you get for doing those 3 elites plus the bonus from turning in that. We did not get this finished yet, but we only need a few. But we can come up here and turn this in. So as soon as you have 10 down here on the Grim Favors, 10 of the red dots, you have to go turn that in. You will not get any more Grim Favors. However, as you saw, we just did a 3 Grim Favors, but I think we only needed 2. So when we turn this in, we can actually choose a legendary cache, which is what I like to choose just because it's a guaranteed legendary item usually. So we got 53,000 XP, we got this, and we also got the leftover 1 Grim Favor from doing that, the moat turn in. So we only needed 2, which got us to 10, but it still gave us that 3rd one. So it doesn't matter in what order you do those. Right click here, We'll get all of our items plus all of these extra things. So we're getting, you know, crafting materials. We got our pants, so we got legendary pants, a second pair of pants, and then a random other item, and then you can get some gems if you want the gems. And then I like to go through and just say, okay, not an upgrade, and just kind of quickly bounce through them. I usually look at just item power. By the time you're level 40 or so, you're going to want to start looking at the other stats as well. For weapons, I would say still look at the item power, get whatever is the highest damage per second, usually. Look at the stats secondary. But for some of these other things, you're going to look at item power first and see if it's an upgrade. If it is an upgrade, then check the stats on the bottom and compare them. So like right now, Earthen Bulwark, I actually use Earthen Bulwark. I use Barrier Generation, and I use and a damage reduction is also good. Now I can compare that to the other thing. Do I want to get the extra 40 armor? Is it worth it? Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, depending on how much more armor it is. The extra life, damage reduction from close enemies. So it depends on what you want to do. I usually just say I'm going to grab this unless I have really good stats already on my item, which I don't. So because what I want on a chest piece is going to be, you know, damage reduction, straight damage, you know, specific things, whatever you're doing for your build. Get rid of that. We get rid of that. So these, you know, you can compare the two and see which one you like better. I actually do use Hurricane, so I'm going to be losing that, but I'm going to be gaining a Boulder, which I don't use. So which one of these is actually better for you? I do like having the Barrier, though, when I damage an Elite. So I'm just going to keep that one for now. We're going to scrap this one. We're going to scrap that one. We're going to scrap that one. And then, like I said, it's very easy and quick. You can run right over here. And I like to scrap everything for the first 50 levels. Just junk it all so we get the materials for it. Or you can come up here and do gold, and then if you have any items that you want to just throw in here, you can just pop them over into your stash. Of course, mine is full. And then rinse and repeat, and you're going to keep doing the same thing. Since we only need 16 more of these, I might as well go and get these because they're not really that hard to find in this area, and because the pathways are kind of narrow, usually they're all grouped up together. So I should be able to get those ghosts fairly quickly. But if I can't get them quickly, I might just skip those and go to the next area. So get that. Let's see if we can find another group of them somewhere. Maybe up here. Those. A couple ghosts here, but not many. They weren't showing up as red, but you see that little red dot that keeps appearing up here. It means there's a ghost up here. Go. We got an extra 7,000 XP just for getting those really quickly. The other ones we got, oh shoot, the other ones we got from doing just the other events. So now we can leave here and go to the next area that we want to. Figure out these real quick so we can actually teleport safely. And we're going to go up here to Kyovashad, and we'll do the Kyovashad area. And then for these, I'm going to do the same thing. I don't have the moats, so we don't have to worry about the moats at all. So the kill quest, this one right here, we probably won't do because we need 50 ghosts, and we're just going to be doing moats. But if we happen to get enough 50 ghosts, great. If not, I'm not going to worry about it. So we're going to come up here, go look for that corpse. And again, I like to highlight it like I just did. So click on it. And then I like to mark it so I can see the fastest path there, assuming that the game GPS works properly. And you'll start learning where these things can pop up for the corpses. There you go. We have two of them right here. We have one right there, and we have one right here that popped up. Now, these could be potentially the rituals. They're not the rituals. That's a ghost, or that's a... corpse. Oh, we didn't get it. There we go. Oh, no, that is a ritual down there. See, there it is. Get me out of here. And since that's a ritual, we're going to go ahead and go down and grab that real quick. We just have to come down and around. We do want to get the rituals because it's worth 3 Grim Favor and that 3 Grim Favor quest. When you run through here, a lot of times you'll see some monsters and stuff too. Just slay them for some XP, grab the chest, stuff like that. Not really a big deal, but you do need to clear out the monsters that are next to the ritual, otherwise they will interrupt you. So we'll grab the ritual here, and you want to do that 4 times. You'll see it pop up right here, 1 of 4. And if you look on the map, you can see them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more right here. So we have 5 in this area that we can grab. We already have 1. So that's where you want to go for those. And we can just say, okay, well, we're gonna go. We want to grab. Do we want to go out of the way to get this one? Probably not, because that's way out of the way. So we're going to go over here and grab this one and then work our way down. If you do have these right here for the dungeons, I do not recommend doing the dungeons. They are worth 3 Grim Favor. Ooh, that's a lot of ghosts right here. You know what? We're going to do these just because there's a bunch of ghosts that are grouped up near each other. So we could potentially get a 50 ghosts just because they're kind of close. But I'm not going to go like out of my way seeking these out because that's not worth it usually. Okay, so we got those. We're going to run by this dungeon. We're not going to do the dungeon because it's not worth the time invested. In this case, however, it might be worth the time. Like, let's say you look at this right here and you get a first reward completion and you get Grim Favors and you get a quest on it. That's 3 different things that you're going to be getting bonus XP out of. So you could run through that and do that really quickly if you wanted to. But I don't necessarily recommend going out of your way and doing those. But again, it will give you a lot of renown. So that's when you want to do it, is when you have all 3 of those stacked together like that. Because it just gives you all that bonus XP. And you're getting the renown for completing the dungeon, the renown for doing the quest. So it's probably worth it on a new season start. Otherwise, for just XP reasons though, if you're just XPing on a thing and you don't need the renown, probably not worth it. Okay, slay these real quick. I don't know why I'm slaying all of these other than their minions. But those are worth a good amount of XP each because I'm level 42. So, again, I'll show you that. So that was 1 elite plus several minions at level 42. That's worth 1,500 for the elite, plus all the minions are 900 each. So that's why, you want to probably stop and go ahead and get those. We'll go down here and we'll do this at the same time. So we're going to highlight this one. We're going to click on this one because we have to go here, but we need to know the ring for this. So we're going to go this way. If you see an event like this right here, you don't necessarily need to do it. I click on them sometimes and see if they're ghosts, right? And if there's a bunch of ghosts that spawn, or like, let's say I need vampires, those ghouls are considered vampires, I will do that. But there's some ghosts right here that we could do. And it looks like these, yep, they're minions of an elite, so we might as well do them. I know that there were minions of an elite because they had that little icon. See that little icon right underneath their health bar right there? That's how I knew they were minions of an elite. So an elite was nearby, even though it's a ghost and it was invisible. So I knew to come over here and kill these really quickly. Plus they count towards our ghost corpse, whatever that thing is right there. So we'll get bonus XP for that. These probably not worth grabbing right now. We'll go around the outer edge here. I'm not seeing anything that I need, but here's the ritual, so we'll go ahead and do that. We have to clear these out so we can click on the ritual anyway. I mean, you might be able to click on that ritual fast enough, but since we need the ghosts, we might as well clear them out, so we don't have to worry about it. Click on the ritual. We're already at 41 out of 50, and we haven't even focused those. So we're going to keep going around this circle here, looking for the diamond with a little white arrow in it. It could be over here. Oh, there it is right there. Usually they're on the outside. Sometimes they're in the middle. They just kind of run through really quickly and you can usually find it. That one happened to spawn skeletons. Not a big deal. And again, you want to focus on the red dots. See how these red dots just form? That's for the actual corpse killing. Come over here, do this, and that should spawn the boss. There's the boss. I'll have my, there we go, and my poison, and now he should die pretty easily. I need some better cooldown for this character. So we got that done. We almost have all the ghosts. We only need 6 more. We do need to go down here and do this, and we need to do this. So we're going to actually go outside of that ghost area. I could just grab these ghosts right here, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to see if we can go outside. Oh, actually, you know what? That's a group right there. We're just going to go into these. What I was going to say, though, is if you go outside the area, you can still get updates. So you don't necessarily have to be within this, well, it's gone now, but you don't have to necessarily be within that ring that it creates to get the kill for those. So you can be outside of it a little bit. Sometimes you could be anywhere in the whole zone, and it works as well. Go down here. Kill all this stuff. Should be an elite that spawns here, at least one at some point. Plus all this other trash that we're getting XP for. Now, you don't have to get the mastery on it. The mastery doesn't give you more XP. It only gives you more loot. Like, it gives you a better chest, specifically. Which may or may not be more loot. Who knows? It's just kind of RNG at that point. There's our elite. My poison will come up and my hurricane will come up. This guy will be vulnerable and poisoned. There it goes. And he dies much faster. Boom. So now we got the greater radiant chest rather than just the radiant chest. Grab the items that we want out of there. Grab the obols if you need them. I'm not worried about them right now. And then we can leave dungeon. We do need to grab one more of the ritual sites to get that bonus XP. And that ritual site is right here. And if you hover over it, you can see that we need one more. It says invoke rituals 1. It'll say 4 if you don't have any. You know, 3 once you get the first one, etc. So we just run up here really quickly. This will give us 10,000. It's not going to give us enough XP to finish it, but I don't think. Let's see. At this level, it might be 15,000 XP. So if we look at it right here, it'll pop up. It's 14,227 XP at level 42. So if we look on our sheet here, 14,227 XP. So we can see that. We only need one more Grim Favor. And if we had done this right here, that would have finished our Grim Favors. But we didn't do that. Because like I said, I already kind of explained if you should or shouldn't do that. It's up to you. But if we did happen to do that, we would then turn it in and we would have gotten another 53,000 XP right there just from doing that, from the turn in. So that's why I say that these are the best thing to do. I don't think there's any other ones that we haven't done yet. So Let's see, that's a corpse, that's that. These are just do the event, whatever the event might be. If you do run out of these, and sometimes you can, you have an hour and a half to do them. Usually I can get all 5 of them done in about an hour and a half. Sometimes I'm going a little slower, sometimes a little bit faster. Just all depends on how I'm doing. You can go down here and do the PvP ones if you so choose. If you do the PvP ones, what you want to do, let me see if I have any down here. So the PvP ones, there's usually an event. It says complete any event in the region. So find an event in the region. This only happens to be this is the only event right now in the region that is up. So you would do this one event, and that expires in 23 minutes. These are on a different cooldown than these other things right here. These, I believe, are 2.5 or 3 hours for the PvP event. So you can run around and do that one, and you can run around and do this one. So what I recommend for these is to do this one event, kill the boss if you want to. If you've done all of these other events, this is when I recommend doing these. All of these other events, then come down here, do this event, kill the boss, which is worth 3 Grim Favors. So it's worth minimum of whatever the 3 Grim Favor is, which would be this column right here, plus the boss killing XP. And then once you get all of that, usually there is one more, or there always is one more that I've already done on both of these two, but you can do the cleansing of your seeds. So you're going to get the seeds from doing the boss, you're going to get seeds from doing this event, and anything else you might kill and grab seeds from. Then you're going to go to one of the different locations for the rituals. They're the little, I don't know, obelisk looking things that are on the map. There's usually, I think, 3 or 4 of them in each area. Go to one of those, do the ritual. It takes 30 seconds or 45 seconds, something like that. Less than a minute. Do the ritual. It'll cleanse your seeds, and you'll get another Grim Favor out of that. So you can get 5 Grim Favor from one PvP event, and it takes just a few minutes to do. And then that 5 Grim Favor goes towards your Tree of Whispers over here. So again, more bonus XP out of that. And items. Is there any other thing? I think that's going to be it. That covers pretty much all of the event types. If you want to know about event types, I'm going to try to make a video on that, of the different types of events that can pop up, like these right here. This is, the Raise Your Shoals event. There's different types of events that you can get. The 3 obelisks that you have to kill things that I showed you a minute ago. You're inside the circles. There's the chase the or follow the NPC around, a little ghost NPC that one of them's, the grandfather left him in the woods or something, and the other one's the lady lost her baby, those kind of things. So you have to stay within the circle of the NPC. Those kind of things. Once you know how to do those events, you can actually do them very quickly and gain a lot of XP. So hopefully that helps you guys out. If so, then awesome. If not, then I apologize. But yeah, that's how I do it.